Okay, so today I'm going to try and repot two things because one is not doing too grand and one is doing good but needs a bigger pot. So the first one is my mammallaria. This mammallaria is so pretty. Where is it now? I've lost and hidden here. Yeah, I elevated it last year in one of my videos to try and get good drainage, but it didn't do too great. It still was getting rot, and you can see some part of it has just disappeared here. So I'm going to dig it up and put it in a smaller pot so then it stays more dry even over winter. And as I said, I did elevate it and I thought it would be fine there, but it didn't. It's just, I mean, it's still surviving but not doing so great. By now it should have beautiful flowers, and it didn't get any flowers this summer. So that's one, and I'll show you footage of, I think I had some footage of its flowers last year, and you know, I'll link the videos where I lifted it up off the ground and added more soil so it, you know, it drains better. So that's one. And then my other one is my Euphorbia. So this Euphorbia is what's it? Euphorbia, like that snowflake. Yeah, it's doing so good. Get this camera out of all these other plants. Just read here. Right, so this one is doing so good, but I think the pot is too small. I'm going to change the pot. Look, there's grass everywhere. Yeah, see, it's done so well. Let's pick it up from here. It's done so well, and it stayed outside. Oh, I hurt it. See, it's got the white sap coming out. So it's done so well. It stayed out the whole of winter, and it's put out new arms. So I'm going to give it a new pot. I'm going to put it in this bigger terracotta pot here. So this one here, and oh no, actually I'm gonna use that black pot there. I've got a square pot just because it will stand out better and look so pretty with that green against the black. Yeah, so I'm gonna put it in that square pot. Let me first start with that mammallaria, and then I'll put this camera down and start with it. Hoping to get as much of the root as possible. See, now it's okay, it's dry, but over the spring it was so wet and it just got rotten, so yeah, I'm gonna put that up now. Yeah, it's got quite a bit of roots here. And there's some new growth, and that should do okay. It's like gotten smaller. It's so big, but it's shrunk because it was unhappy. close out this pot. And it's happier. I'll put it in the same spot. No, maybe I'll bring it out of that spot. Put it somewhere in the front, in more open spot so it gets a bit more sun. Yeah, that's so much better. And this pot is so cute, so hopefully it gets its bright pink flowers again. I'll give it a good drink later because the soil was dry there. I just watered it this morning, but underneath it was dry. So I'll water it and then see how it does for the rest of the summer and over autumn. Right, so I'm going to work on this. It's a Polygona Euphorbia, and it's got a little companion there. I need to take that off, and I'll put it into this black pot here. You can see it's enough space, just a little bit more, but it'll look better. I did fill some soil in here. Let's try and get it out now. I'm going to try and be careful not to get that sap into my eyes. So if you work with Euphorbia, you must be careful because that sap can be really toxic. I mean, I've experienced it, so I don't know if anyone else has, but I thought I was losing my eyesight. It went in my eye and it was so painful. Oh, it's really stuck. I'll try and pull it a little bit. Just happy in this pot. Oh. Companion, I need to go somewhere else. Yeah, so that, you can see that's better. I might need to put a bit more soil in the bottom. And this as well, I'll keep it in the same spot that it was in because it was happy there. As I said, this did really well over winter, so I don't need to worry about changing its spot or doing anything. It just did fantastic. I did try quite a few Euphorbias outside, and so many of them did good. And I kept backups inside of some, and I was so happy that the ones that I put outside, well, apart from one, my Euphorbia, the rubra, that didn't like winter at all. It just, the frost just got it and it got very unhappy. Oh, that looks so good. And that's all soil I've got even. So lucky. Just enough. Oh, I'll give that a drink. Looks wobbly, but it needs to settle, I suppose. Okay. Let me put it. It grew some moss around it. Let me put the moss back there, and this friend is going somewhere else. Put it here for now. Oh, put it here. It'll be fine. Okay, let me show you. Okay, so look, it looks so much better in this square black pot. Let me put it here so you can have a good look at it. Yeah, there. So cute. didn't expect this snowflake, this polygonia, to be so hardy outside, but it is. So I'll leave it back in its spot it was there. I'll put it back there and I'll water it in the afternoon. And for the other one, I'll show you, I left it here. That's such a lovely spot for it. It's going to get the morning sun. You can see, I think there's one bud. That little nub there, I think that's a bud. Anyway, I didn't disturb its roots so much. Let me go around and show you from this angle. Look, that's a nice spot for it, and that pot blends in. I didn't want something that stands out. So that's there. Yeah, and I think it's going to do fine because this terracotta pot is going to wick away any extra moisture as well. And it will get more light. It's because it was over there and I think that wasn't getting enough after these other plants grew. So now it's much more open. Oh, it's so hard to come through this place. Yeah, I knocked down a peach as well. Yeah. I don't know if it's ready, but take it and see. Yeah, excuse this other bird bath here, but there's it. Looks so adorable in this black pot. And it's in the same spot, so hopefully it does well here. Yeah, so I'll give you a progress on that, but while I'm standing here and this peach fell off, let me show you my peaches. Oh, let me go the other side. God, it's so hard to maneuver around all this plants here, especially this peach tree. What is that now? Yeah, look how pretty it looks. All this rosy peaches. They're looking okay, and not. They might need to grow a little bit more. So let's see how they go for the rest of this summer. And we might. Oh, now the one that I got that fell off. I will test it and see if it's ready. But yeah, so that's that, and then yeah, so that was the most important one I wanted to do, is because it's so sad. And also let me show you my other euphorbia that I planted down here outside. This one I planted last year. It was just, I actually cut one up and made a stem cutting and planted it out here to see how they do. I kept the roots the actual root, and then I cut 3 pieces. Well, I cut 2 pieces from it. So this was one, the middle part, and then the root that I had in a pot. The root died, and this one outside has grown so nicely. Look, it put out so many arms. It's so cute, growing so nicely here, and you can see it grew from that cutting all the way here, and then it's put out all these new pups on top. So that's a success. Stayed out here all winter, and I'll show you the one inside. It's doing well as well, the cutting. And then this one, other one, oh yeah, I planted this here as well. Look how good it looks. It's grown. This is all new growth. You can see the dark green. So there's my that Euphorbia pseudo cactus that I mentioned, that I propagated. Well, there's the original root stock. In the bottom you can see it dried up. Let me get it. Yeah, I don't know why the root actually dried up. So that didn't make it, but the cutting, the middle cutting, this is it. Look how lovely it's grown. All this new growth. You can just see so much, and new arms. This my Rapsalis is getting tangled in it, but oh, look how long, how much this grew. Oh, let me turn it out here. Yeah, look, oh my gosh, this Rapsalis. Yeah, you can see how much this has grown, a ton. So this cutting was a success. The middle cutting and the one outside has grown so nicely. And look, the markings are so cute. So yeah, so that was that. I kept one back up inside. I put one outside to see how it does, and that did fine. And the other, I think this is called a stenoclada. This is the one I kept inside as a backup. This one's growing. You can see all new growth. And the one outside is doing fine as well. So I know that's fine. That's so good that I keep testing them to see which ones are hardy. Yeah, so they are doing good. So you can also try. Oh, and then the other one that I tried out was this. Look, it's just pushing out new growth now. I took this little pup cutting from the big mother plant outside. The mother plant stayed fine. It grew all winter outside, and it's also just starting to grow now. So I've got this back up inside, and I've got the big one outside. I just was worried that in case it didn't survive winter outside, I'll have this as a backup. But the mother plant did fine. It just grew so well over the winter. Well, it didn't grow. It just stayed dormant, but it stayed fine. It didn't wilt. It didn't shrivel up in the frost. So now I've got 2 plants. And I'll go back outside and I'll show you the rest of the euphorbias that are doing well outside. And there's the big mother plant that I mentioned outside, doing so good. And it's only now also starting to push out growth, so it needs to be really hot for it. Oh, it's got a new arm. Get a new arm here. So soft the thorns are. Yeah, so that's quite a big one outside, and it did fine. So I know it can live here. And I've got the back up there. And while I'm here, I'll just show you my little amak is so pretty here. Oops, tramping other plants. And yeah, that's fine. Didn't blink an eye. Went through winter, so I didn't take a backup of it. I was living dangerously, and it survived. And then my other amak that I moved is there. That's not doing anything. I don't know what's going on with it, but it's just standing tall here. I'll leave it. It's in a good spot, giving it height here. Yeah, so that's that. I won't show you the rest of my euphorbias because you know those ones, and it's just the ones that I want to mention that I trialed outside and did so well. And yeah, these ones here, this is going great. Don't have to worry about it. And this my little Euphorbia mammallaris. This is a, oh, look at this bee. Oh, he's so busy. And these succulents. Yeah, but that look how chunky that one is. So gorgeous, always so beautiful. And yeah, that's a prime location for it. I will not move it. And it's grown so much. Look at the size of it. Oh. Yeah, that one's really doing well. And yeah, so these are the ones. I mean, I told you that trigona, the rubra died, but this green one is going fine. So that's doing fine there. I have lots of other euphorbias here. So this one here, that's also the corncob mammallaris. That one's doing fine, staying outside now so long, for over 2 winters. And the other one here that I tied up, same thing. It's just doing fine. Look, sorry about all those car noises. Yeah, you can see the red tips. As it gets a lot of sun, it gets a red tip. Oh, how can I forget my my rescue one? That's doing so good. Look. Yeah, I still don't know the exact name of that, but it is such a feature in this garden bed. So doing fantastic. And one more I'm trialing out here. This is a lactea. It's a green one. You can see it's so neglected. I threw it out here. And yeah, it's doing fine. So I might give it a bigger pot and leave it out here because I have one inside. I have a crested one inside and I left the plain one outside. So that's the next for the trial for next year. And yeah, so that's the other one that I have is down there by the post box. That is also the same mammallaris, but it's looking a bit different. And that just is so neglected, but doing fine, growing fine outside. Didn't bother about winter. Yeah, so you need to test them and see, because you'd never know which ones will be fine, with certain temperatures. And that's why I always take a backup and keep them. If anything goes wrong, I have a stock to regrow it. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed that little video of all this repotting and my backup plants and how the ones that I put out here are doing. And I shall catch you next week. Bye.